Hello, I'm Mal from the Sacred Hammer.
Hi.
I'm Mal. Welcome to the Sacred Hammer. I'd like to welcome you today and say welcome, friends. Welcome, friends. And when I say friends, I mean those who have already begun to remember that there's more to life than
what meets
watching
the eye.
Netflix and consuming. Some of you can feel it right now. Some of you can feel it right now, can't you? That quiet, steady pulse just beneath the noise of daily life. Sensing that there's something to be found, sense that there's something waiting to be found. Here at the Sacred Hammer, we're not trying to replace anyone's faith. So here at the Sacred Hammer, we're not trying to take the view that mysticism is a wonderful tool. We take that look within yourself, mysticism is a tool, beliefs, a way to look your own experience, your own religion, your belief, and your own experience in a new and exciting way. A lot of religions have this. Religions have world has a mystical outlet. And all Muslims, there's Sufis and things like the world. Your life in an experiential way. Judaism, there's Kabbalah, as well as every other religion seems to have a mystical branch. In Christianity, there's contemplative prayer. It's just all Buddhism, it is there's a way of listening deeper. And in Judaism, there's Kabbalah, physical experience. My favorite, the Sufis, God, and the whirling dervishes of Islam. And we want you to tap into that place where you feel comfortable. They're all just in there because in every culture doesn't demand tradition that you abandon what you believe, listening, or change your life quietly. It simply asks, as the Sufis would say, what's beneath those habits, finding the joy in being immolated in the love of God. And it allows you to experience things like we want you to tap into that. We want you to find or whatever you want to call it, which feel safe. It's very much like because mysticism does not the breath demand anything. You may have noticed something. It does not demand that you abandon any of your beliefs. Secret kinship simply asks, speak in similar tones. Behind that? Even though their words are different and they're all describing the same thing. Have you noticed? Lenny Bruce once said that have shared a kind of kinship. People are leaving religion and finding God. Words are different. So, like Lenny Bruce once said that people are here when I say leaving religion and finding God. Like, stir something in you? And when you hear that, does it talk? Do you recognize fundamental understanding that? Does it waken something in you? For a long time, your because sometimes. Or your spiritual practice, the closer we get to a direct experience, sometimes it just the fewer words we need. It's wound down after a while. I'm not saying it's hard to keep everyone here is ready for this. Mysticism works on that, but some of you are. A subtle shift sometimes in your breathing right now works because you know the closer you get to direct experiences, your body, the fewer words you need. It's talking, and the less needs to be said. I'm not saying that is how something just recognizes the truth when you hear not yet, anyway. What we're building some here of you a community of exploration. You know who you are. In a place where you can experiment. The subtle shift in your breathing right now for you. That's how because what works for me might not work for you. It recognizes the truth. Not a problem. It's in you. That's sort of just feel it. I am. What we're building here is a community of exploration. The way I move through the world, experiment, pray, and meditate, I think, cook, or craft. Because what works for me might not work for you, my history, and my rhythm, as you are yours. That's sort of the point, actually. I am a large, that's frankly what human being really at 6'8", in the way especially I move through the world, grow a community here, and do things that will get shaped by my body, my history, my rhythm. And yours is dedicated really to what I'm here for. Mysticism is about embracing difference while touching something universal. We'll do it differently than I do. Here's the thing, and that's a very beautiful and mystical traditions. No one gives you a map, no manual. We can have the same experience step by step. But we can take two different ways to get there. Instead, there are traces, sometimes whispers left behind by those who came before us. And as I said, it's all gorgeous. They left stories, beautiful symbols. Mysticism is about embracing differences, touching something universal. Hey, dude, you gotta check this out. And it's up to us together. The odd thing about mysticism that read them, both question them, and illogical, and use them to fill our own spiritual batteries. Well, it's not really illogical. It just requires maybe refine those ideas, maybe to feel certain set of, and forge them in the fire of our daily lives until they become real. Because it's moments one thing where you have realizations, it's another thing entirely to bring that peace into traffic. And here's the thing. In mystical traditions, no one's going to give you a map between who you've been step by step. Instead, there are traces, whispers left behind. Real mysticism, that's what the sacred stories, symbols, riddles, poems, not as answers. We're here to build camaraderie. We're here to help people use mysticism as a living, breathing practice. To gather them, read them, not a theory, them, not a concept, and use them to fulfill but something you can feel in your hands and see in your life. And to refine those ideas, to test them. Maybe you're wondering, why now? To forge them in the fire of daily life until they become real. Because if we don't start to talk about no one peace, that's another thing to bring. And I feel that peace into traffic, pushed into to work, do this, to tension between those you've been. I find it antithetical to because my normal habits, but still, that's real mysticism. That's what the sacred hammer is for. If we don't begin this work, we're here to build camaraderie on. We're here to help. So ask yourself quietly. Use mysticism as a living, breathing practice, changes, not a theory, not a concept. I'm not here to sell you crystals you were 10 years ago, but something you can feel in your hands and see in your people life. Don't like getting older. Maybe you've been wondering why not. I think why this moment. When you, as you get older, because if your mind develops like a fine no one will. And you can, if we don't truly have those experiences of who will carry so much time with something, ask yourself quietly, well, and if you choose mysticism to be that thing that's connected to everything in the whole world. Who were you 10 years ago? Would you still like to be that person for one little part of the world when you can experience? You still want to be that same person? As we start to understand the deeper rhythms of who we are, people often say they don't like getting older, but think consciously. We finally grow. It's the art of growing your soul and discovering the garden of your mind. It can still be fertile even after years of drought. And as you listen to me now, I don't know whether you'll notice it in your breathing or in the way your shoulders begin to relax. But something is already beginning. To remember that you walked this path before, that you've been the seeker, that you've been the teacher, that you've been both. And here in the space with these people, you get to become that again. But this time with guidance, with support and laughter, and a hammer in your hand. Because mysticism isn't about leaving the world. It's about forging meaning within it. And as we grow the Sacred Hammer community together, let's build something grounded, compassionate, and alive. Let's remember the world that the mystical path isn't for the chosen few. It's for anyone brave enough to look within, listen deeply, and live what they find. And maybe that person is you if you made it this far. Thank you. Chunky Allah. Like and subscribe for more. And please, ask me lots of questions. I'd rather answer your answers than guess what you need. Have a great day.